Hello, it's Mary Lou here, and I have a new journal to share with you. I'm calling this one Wildflower, and it's a botanical journal. I'll put a lot of the information down below, but let me just show you the front, the spine, the back cover. Sari silk closure with eyelets. There are metal corners on all four corners, and I printed the mats for all three, you know, here, the spine, and the front cover, and then covered them with Collage Pauge, so they're soft and it really gives a nice subtle glow, not real brashy like Mod Podge does, not real bright and shiny, but it's just a kind of a matte. I also cut out the image that goes right here, but then I ended up covering most of it, so this is double layered, because this was the image that was on this page, but I just wanted it to build up some texture. There's another piece that I printed here, and then this is an image that is, all of this has been coated with Collage Pauge. There's an ecru, oops, let me turn this. There's an ecru or cream, oh gosh, tat, it's tatting decoration here. That's from Linda Bridges. Thank you, Linda. There's also cheesecloth under here. The spine has this cream colored or off-white colored lace on this, you know, on each side. Okay, and this beautiful sari silk. I was so thrilled when I went through my stash and saw how it was going to go with this kit. So I ironed it and everything because I just wanted it nice and fluffy and pretty. The spine is 2 inches. It's 8.5 by 5.5. So let's go in. I didn't decorate the front cover, inside cover like I usually do, because it was just too pretty to cover. I did create a card to go here for whoever purchases the journal. They can put their name there, and then there's some lace here, crocheted lace. I put crocheted lace on the first of every page for every signature, and there's 3 signatures, and there's also a tab. But you can see, let me see if you're in frame and make sure I've got enough light on you. Okay, this beautiful colors in this. This is the work of, the artwork is from Isabel Adams, and the kit, I'll put the information about the digital kit that I used. There's some lined pages. Here's a little a pocket, and inside the pocket, this is an envelope from the kit. I put some coffee dyed scrapbook paper that I used. I used a lot of coffee dyed scrapbook paper to implement what I didn't have in the kit. And this little clip comes off. Oh, and I did some Lindy's Starburst sprays, and then die cut and made some wildflowers and some butterflies. You can flip that open, and that's coffee dyed, so you can write in there. Well, I lost that. Anyway, we'll leave that aside, put it in later. I did some stenciling. There's some music paper, and it is vintage. I don't remember. This is from the 70s, 60s. Well, anyway. It's an old one that I found at my local hospice. Okay, here's a bag, and there's another one of the die cut wildflowers with some lace. Here's an image from the kit, card, and then this is an envelope from the kit, which I did some fussy. I used a lot of Edith Holden pages in here as well. So here's an image from Edith Holden from one of the pages, and then inside is this pretty little wildflower. I used parchment paper and did some printing, so you'll see various different wildflowers on it. And then here's a tuck spot, and I used several sayings about wildflowers. There's a French card, means somewhere. There's a tag from the kit, and they all fit right in this little pocket. This little, it's open on two sides, so you've got, you know, room. This is just some coffee dyed paper that I thought added more places to write and some color interest. Holtz Vellum is what I used in this journal. Pretty big napkin. That's a doily, not a napkin. Anyway, there's some more lined pages from the kit. Here's a flip pocket, a Rita Donnelly flip. You can journal in there. Here's some of the parchment that I printed on. Here's a Rolodex card that I created, a tag from the kit. There's another card, and then another large tag that I created. And there's some of that beautiful sari silk again. Here's a telephone call ledger. It's the center of the first. There's a large tag that I created. I did do some stamping, and there's another die-cut butterfly. Here's a pocket with a die-cut butterfly, or actually it's a punched. Some pretty wildflowers, a large tag. The other side of that. Here's a little envelope. You can see there's a poem here. And then this envelope I left unglued. You can glue it if you want, so that you could journal in there if you would like to. And then on this side, I used the fold-over sealer for the flap of the envelope to create a tuck spot here. And I put this beautiful doily with a little gem in the middle, and this pretty lady printed on Red River canvas. Beautiful imagery. Another poem, some more printing. It's another bag. In it, we have a little piece of one of the pages of the kit that I used. And here's an envelope I created out of an Edith Holden page. There's a picture of ladies picking wildflowers along the riverbed or lake. Excuse me. Other side of the music page. Here's an up flip. It's a Rita Donnelly flip, but it's up there. And in here, I put a page from the kit. There were so many beautiful pages, but I couldn't use them all. So I thought, well, I'll use some of them this way to give you more pages to journal upon. There's some more stenciling. Look at that beautiful image. That's the end of the first. Sorry. Another pretty image, some lace. Here's a pocket I created out of an Edith Holden page with a butterfly. A pretty lady picking wildflowers. There's a tag I created from one of the Edith Holden pages that I had in my stash. Okay, here's another little, you can see on each of the pockets or bags, I put a die cut. But I also did some stenciling with inks for the reverse. When I punched out some of these die cuts, when I die cut them, I used it as a reverse stencil. So I was able to do this. Here's another envelope from the kit. And another picture of children picking flowers along the beach, it looks like. And there's from Edith Holden. And then here's a piece of coffee dyed paper that I had that went with the kit. Okay, here's a piece that I fussy cut from an Edith Holden. Then I used an Edith Holden page. I found this, and this part didn't fit on this page, so I put it up there. And inside is a couple of pages from the kit that you can journal on, so you still get to see the beautiful flowers. There's two different ones, both different. Okay, so that gives you more journaling space. And the envelope is machine stitched around, so you get pictures both sides. Beautiful flower that I printed on there, a wildflower. And here you can see some more of my stenciling with inks. There's Tim Holtz Vellum. A couple of little bags. Blank. It's late here, so tag and lace on it. And then there's a little ticket in this one. Here's another one of the little envelopes that I attached, and I left it open as well so that you can do some writing in it, and then you could seal it if you want and put a card in. On this side, I put a pretty card from the kit with the butterfly on the edge. Here's the center of the second signature, more pockets from Edith Holden pages. There's two tags, one that I created and one from the kit, and then this comes from the kit as well. It's a file folder. And then over here in this large pocket, there's a open it here, and in each side, like I do so often, I love making little note cards. So there's two note cards on each side, and they're pretty good size ones this time. And there's two different ones, and there's two of each in the pockets of the envelope. And then there's 4 sheets of parchment paper here for you to journal on. And I stitched it in with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. A ledger page, some more poetry, this one by Cheryl Crow, Queen's End lace. And I made this little, it's a pocket. Back here is some coffee dyed paper that I just stuck in there for more writing space. And there's a little tag. And then here is a little envelope. It says knot grass, so that's some different kind of, and then there's a page from, there's a little bit of a page from Edith Holden stuck in there. So it's just filled with wildflowers, and it closes with that little clasp there. Lots of bees here. Some more of my stenciling and another poem by Julie Andrews about wildflowers. Here's another little flip pocket that you could glue down if you want to. It's got a die cut wildflower on it, and inside there's this little booklet that I created, and it's got coffee dyed papers and parchment papers. Okay, we're back. Camera quit again. Okay, and then I showed you that. So then here's a bag, and it's got another piece of coffee dyed paper for you to journal on, and then another envelope that I created from an Edith Holden page. There's a little child picking flowers, wildflowers, I assume. I think. Looks like them. There's another one of my stencils. Stencil page. Okay, here's a double layer pocket in the top. I put a ticket and a little tag. And in the bottom, I put that little card and this little ticket. End of that signature, onto the third one and last signature. There's a pocket with some pretty lace on it, a little flower lace. And here's a jar that I created and a tag from the kit. And then this is a tag from my stash that I added some pretty ribbon to. More of the Sorry So. There's a beautiful page from Edith Holden that I thought fit this journal perfectly. And then there's another bit of the die cut. Here's another, oops, I put a couple of little, these were in the kit and I didn't use them, so I stashed them in here in case whoever buys this wants to use them. And then here's a card that I created, or an envelope I created with a daisy from an Edith Holden page. And then there's a lady out in the, looks like out in the fields, collecting daisies and other flowers, wildflowers. So pretty, such a beautiful piece of artwork. There's a poem. Well, actually, it's probably from a song by Tom Petty, and you can see one of my pretty lavender stencil job there. Okay, here's another pocket, but what I did, it's a flip down so that you can journal there. I apologize if the lighting isn't real good. It's, like I said, late at night here. I waited till hubby went to bed so I could film this. There's a couple of tags, one I created and one from the kit. Some more of that beautiful Sorry ribbon. Another vellum page from Tim Holtz, and a pretty doily. Look at that beautiful piece of artwork there. Okay, this is a page from the kit, and I made it smaller so that I could make it a page on one of the pages. So in each little, I printed it out, and then I cut out and printed all these out, so that these are all actual pockets. There's little bitty tags that I downsized to put in there. There's another one, a couple down here. Little bitty guys. Chicken journal on the back. And then this is a piece of coffee dyed scrapbook paper. Just in this tiny little pocket down here. Then I took some of the tags from Laura's shop and I cut them to fit and put them in here. And so they're there for you to do something with if you want to stamp or do some drawing, if you like to draw wildflowers or whatever, there's those. And then back here is a full page, you know, a half page. Isn't that beautiful? I just couldn't leave it out. The center of the third signature has a pocket, and there's that lady from the front cover. There's some pretty wildflowers, and then I made a tag with some more sari silk. I used pink and some lavender purples, as you can see here. Now, to be very careful taking this out because there's lots of layers here. Gina Weisman, Firefly Studio 67, did a tutorial on how she made something like this. Mine is not at all the same as hers, although it's certainly, you can see it's inspired by hers. I used a tag and then put a page from Edith Holden. I die cut all these after I'd sprayed some cardstock, and then I punched this double butterfly with the Martha Stewart punch. And then this is from I have positive words and sayings on my in my Etsy shop, and so that's one of the sayings from it. And I tied it with some twine, and that goes in there. Lots and lots of room for journal. It's another pocket. Beautiful girl, you are a wildflower. And so there's a dress I created. There's a tag from the kit. Another one of the one of the file folders from the kit, and then another one of those pretty laser cut tags that I had in my stash. Whoops. Lots and lots of places. Look at this beautiful page. There's another bag or the other side, and in it there's a pretty tag of wildflowers, or a card of wildflowers, and another die cut there. And then here's another little booklet filled with coffee dyed papers and parchment papers, and some of them are printed. That's for more journaling space. There's the other side of that Edith Holden page. There's another one of my stenciled. Here's another page. It's a side pocket. There's a beautiful doily here, or a crocheted. I don't know if it's so much a doily. It looks like a tiny doily. But anyway, that's there. And then there's another. This is a little file folder that comes in the kit. A wildflower and a tag from the kit. And this is the last page where I signed it with my name as having made it. If you're interested in this journal, it will be on my website, and I'll put a link below. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. If you're not already a subscriber, I hope you'll become one, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and put up with me when I'm tired. Have a great day. God bless you, and bye-bye now.